one of the most powerful Zimbabwean in South Africa. Now, when you look at the permits that the Zimbabwean government has given to the bus operators from Zimbabwe, it actually says that they must leave Zimbabwe, either Harare or Bulawayo, go to Johannesburg, go to Powerhouse bus rank. So the Zimbabwean government is telling us in South Africa that the bus rank that they recognize is Powerhouse, that is owned by Zimbabwe. Now, the city of Johannesburg only recognizes Park Station, which is under Brasa, and a bus rank called Fleet for Africa. Those are the two bus ranks that are recognized by the city of Johannesburg to accommodate or operate buses from SADC and throughout the continent. Whichever bus that is a cross-border bus has to go to those ranks. But now the Zimbabwean has now opened his bus rank, which is supposed to be a private parking area. He has turned it into a bus operating rank. That is illegal. This operation, we invited the Cross-Border Road Transport Inspectorate. We invited Department of Home Affairs. JMPD was part of it. Hillbrow, South African Police Service, was supposed to come. They did not show up. As I understand, they never show up for any operations around the inner city, Hillbrow, Bramfontein. They just don't show up. But JMPD was there, and we were able to also arrest, the Home Affairs was able to arrest 14 illegal immigrants, including a Pakistani who has employed an underage boy who is also an illegal immigrant in the country.
Sure.
They were all arrested.
Yeah.
So it was a very successful operation.
And what kind of engagement, if any, has taken place between yourselves and some authorities in Zimbabwe? Because part of what you said is that you're noticing that the permits that are being issued in that country are advising people, for lack of a better term, to use this Powerhouse bus station as opposed to the ones recognized by government this side.
I was told that there are negotiations at national level. I'm not going to waste my time with negotiations. The law is the law. It's very clear. The Zimbabwean government was supposed to have interacted with the city of Johannesburg and established which ranks, bus ranks, are recognized as legal.
Okay, here we go. Yazdin says a very good afternoon to you. Right, coming in right now, let us know where you're logging in from. This is your news network, Kazimai.com. And that was Chris Kunene, the MCC for Joburg, speaking in an interview with Newsroom Africa. Now we're joined by One Africa Let's Unite President Phumudzo Mkwati. Mr. Mkwati, are you there?
I'm there, Simba, and I want to thank the listeners, the viewers at home in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, the entire world.
Thank you very much. I don't think we can see you. We're good to hear you and see you as well, if possible. Yeah. So what we need to do here, Mr. Mkwati, is to understand from you what this means. And are you happy with the MCC's comments that this bus rank must be shut, it must be disregarded, and at the same time also the statements around immigrants and the like and the like? How do you hear this as someone who's working in the trucking industry and you interact with a lot of people, I'm sure? How do you receive this?
I want to make clear, and I want to unmask.
We can't see you. It'll be great to see you, but we'll continue, please.
What I'm trying to say is that I want to unmask the truth. Is the time that the country must know the truth without fear or favor of any gangrism or any sort of the violence. We are ready for that. What I want to say to the entire world, the Zimbabweans and everybody, is that Kenny Kunene is just a liar and a clown. In a way, like he said he closed those illegal ranks in the city of the Johannesburg. But till today, those ranks, they are still operating. Those ranks are based in the Braamfontein area. Remember, Kenny Kunene is a MMC of transport in the city of the Johannesburg. So we are very worried because most of the time he called our Hambe and he always go outside and harassed these gogos from our neighborhood, our brothers and sisters on the street where the illegal ranks, what we suspect, even the official from the city of Johannesburg, they are getting share or bribery within those ranks because he knows the owners. He knows the owners of this illegal rank. My question is, why he always go outside of Braamfontein? Most of the time you will see that when he do raid, he go to what you call the Hillbrow, Yeovil, and other places and other provinces, advocating to say our fellow brothers from Malawi, Mozambique, Malawi must go home. Whereas he knows that some of this rank, what we suspect, they are even owned by some of the organization that goes outside vigilant to say, go back to Zimbabwe, mass deportation. We understand and suspect that some of this rank are owned by the same individual. And some of these bus owners are the sponsors of this group of the organization who are saying Zimbabweans, Malawians must go back home. It means the same Zimbabweans are paying tickets, bus tickets, to fight for themselves because these people, they are acting as a way of protection fee to these bus rank owners. That's why we are saying Kenny Kunene must stop what he's preaching because people outside, they are having haterance among our fellow brothers, whereas he's an MMC of transport in the city of the Johannesburg, whereas he's a friends of some of these illegal bus rank owned by Zimbabweans. They are friends. And some of these bus owners, we heard that they are linked with the government of Zimbabwe. We suspect that even some of the ministers from Zimbabwe, they get share from this rank. It means that South African Patriotic Alliance led by Kenny Kunene, he knows the owners. They are colluding together with the city of Johannesburg official within this illegal bus rank, and he must stop this issue of the saying of our Hambe and whatsoever. The last time let me remind you, there was a bus caught. It was 2023 in the Bed Bridge. He took a trip to go to Bed Bridge, crossing and acting as if he's chasing those our brothers crossing the river to say they must not come to South Africa. Whereas he knows the cause of the problem. We suspect that time he was going to negotiate on behalf of this bus company, which are operating in the city of the Johannesburg. What we want to say is that most of the organization are claiming to fight Zimbabweans, Malawians, whereas they are benefiting, sponsored by Zimbabwean bus company. And when the times goes on, I will mention the names of the bus company that sponsored this organization, the vigilant group that mostly go outside to say we don't want Zimbabweans, Mozambican here in South Africa. Kenny Kunene is just a liar and a clown. And remember, is part of the GNU here in South Africa. That's why we are saying South African leaders are just rotten to the core.
Right. Tell me, please, why are you disputing the the statement by the MCC that the MMC that this bus rank is illegal? What is the basis for you to say that Chris Kunene is wrong without commenting further, but just dealing with the aspect of this one being fake and this one being right?
All right. What we are saying, what Kenny Kunene is saying, is just lying, because most of the time he are saying Zimbabwean must go home, whereas the owners of this bus rank in the city of Johannesburg, he protect them and he knows them. And the statement he put on the news channel there, he just lying, because even today those rank, they are continuing like nobody's business. You will know that when justice denied, there is money involved. You see, remember this Kenny Kunene and his party, they got votes by saying we want to chase all the illegal immigrants. That is the only way Patriotic Alliance get vote. That's why they are in the GNU today. But what they are saying is just a pure lies. And we want to say people who are voting some of these bus, they must refrain from buying tickets, because they are fighting for themselves. The money they are paying is sponsoring some of these organizations, and some of the rank are owned by this vigilant group going outside for mass deportation. In the South Africa, in the city of Johannesburg, the legal rank are two. We've got Park Station and the New Town. And even there in the New Town, some of this group are connected with some of the vigilant group which goes outside to say, we don't want our fellow brothers from Zimbabwe, Malawi, and other countries. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So quickly, tell me, lastly, what message do you propose to Mr. Kunene? What do you propose to the MMC? Because his account is that he needs to protect Johannesburg, and he says that the Zimbabwe government just did this unilaterally, possibly with the South Africa government. What message do you have in brief, maybe in 1 minute? Can you summarize before we end here?
What I can say is that most of the South African politicians are scammers. You see, people, they can vote for lies. And another thing what we want to send is that, you see, myself, I'm just a whistleblower. I'm not even scared of them. Even their gangrism, I'm not scared of everybody. That's why I'm saying I will go head on. Even if somebody gonna try to threaten me, I will not scared to go on with what I'm going. I'm not going to be threatened by the criminals. What I'm trying to say, Kenny Kunene must preach what he is doing. And they must stop lying, because people on the ground, they are fighting for nothing. People are saying Zimbabwean must go, but his friends to these owners of this illegal rank. And if he want to address problems, why can't he go to the embassy of Malawi, go to the embassy of Zimbabwe, and go to the embassy of Mozambique, and to engage the relevant system or the authority? Why you always go to the poorest of the poorest on the ground, chasing them, forcing them to pay what we call the protection fee? Because most of this system, when people are chased, they have to pay bribe in a way form of the protection fee. That's why we're saying it must come to an end. When times goes on, we are going to expose real owners of these bus owners, their names. If they think they want to do whatever, they can do the way they want to do. I'm not going to be scared by a criminal. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Our viewers and listeners, good afternoon to you. This is Chris Kunene, who is speaking, and we also have a commentator from the trucking industry, One Africa Let's Unite. This is Pumuzo Mkwati. Right, Mr. Mkwati, it's Pumuzo Mkwati, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. Our viewers and listeners, we're going to just quickly rerun this. Thank you very much, Mr. Mkwati. We're going to shut in right now, but we're just going to slightly rerun the footage of Kunene speaking as we end. Thank you.
Nda.
Thank you, sir.
Find him at the site. He owns a bus rank called Powerhouse. We are informed that he's one of the most feared, one of the most powerful Zimbabwean in South Africa. Now, when you look at the permits that the Zimbabwean government has given to the bus operators from Zimbabwe, it actually says that they must leave Zimbabwe, either Harare or Bulawayo, go to Johannesburg, go to Powerhouse bus rank. So the Zimbabwean government is telling us in South Africa that the bus rank that they recognize is Powerhouse, that is owned by a Zimbabwe. Now, the city of Johannesburg only recognizes Park Station, which is under PRASA, and a bus rank called Fleet for Africa. Those are the two bus ranks that are recognized by the city of Johannesburg to accommodate or operate buses from SADC and throughout the continent. Whichever bus that is a cross-border bus has to go to those ranks. But now the Zimbabwean has now opened his bus rank, which is supposed to be a private parking area. He has turned it into a bus operating rank. That is illegal. This operation, we invited the Cross-Border Road Transport Inspectorate. We invited Department of Home Affairs. JMPD was part of it. Hillbrow, South African Police Service, was supposed to come. They did not show up. As I understand, they never show up for any operations around the inner city, Hillbrow, Braamfontein. They just don't show up. But JMPD was there, and we were able to also arrest, the Home Affairs was able to arrest 14 illegal immigrants, including a Pakistani who has employed an underage boy who is also an illegal immigrant in the country.
Sure.
They were all arrested.
Yeah.
So it was a very successful operation.
And what kind of engagement, if any, has taken place between yourselves and some authorities in Zimbabwe? Because part of what you said is that you're noticing that the permits that are being issued in that country are advising people, for lack of a better term, to use this Powerhouse bus station as opposed to the ones recognized by government this side.
I was told that there are negotiations at national level. I'm not going to waste my time with negotiations. The law is the law. It's very clear. The Zimbabwean government was supposed to have interacted with the city of Johannesburg and established which bus ranks are recognized as legal. They did not do that. They just took the word of their own citizen who is here in South Africa, making money in South Africa, illegally so, operating an illegal bus rank. Now, what I am going to do, they showed us papers from the city of Johannesburg, from Cross-Border Inspectorate, that they are legal. We then took those papers to planning, as the document that they gave us was from planning. Planning has indicated that that paper was in 2010, and it was then reversed because it was an irregular decision that was made by those who were there by that time, and the operators were given a document that clarified the rezoning of that particular area as a private parking, not a bus operating rank. So next week, we are meeting on Monday, and then we'll be shutting down that Powerhouse. Zimbabwean government must issue new permits to the buses that come to South Africa. We have also, at that Powerhouse, We also impounded a bus whose permit states that it must actually leave Harare and go to Bosman in Tshwane, not to come to Joburg. We impounded that bus. We impounded 3 more buses that were operating in an illegal site that has been already visited by JMPT. Many times they have not taken the warnings. We impounded 3 buses. We are looking for the owner of that site. And if he does not avail himself by next week, we will be left with no option but to shut down that site so that it does not operate.
All right, because that was my next question. I mean, who owns the site itself? Because I'm sure they have questions to answer too. But if I can, MMC, just to make sure I'm not missing anything here, this operation is currently being carried out without you engaging any authorities in Zimbabwe. Is that right?
Yes, why should I engage them?
To ascertain the facts around exactly what happened, at the very least to ensure that we're not embarrassed in case it is a miscommunication between our government at local and national level, as an example.
National government can talk to Zimbabwe. They always talk and nothing happens. We've got a problem of illegal immigrants here. We've got a problem of hijacked buildings by Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Congolese, Chinese, and different other nationalities. National government is doing nothing. So here at local government, I have been voted by the citizens of Johannesburg to do what is best for them. And I am implementing the law. There is nowhere where we are breaking the law. That is why we invite Department of Home Affairs. That's why we invite Cross-Border Road Transport Inspectorate, because they are the ones that actually monitor all these cross-border buses, whether they comply or not.